It's just so frustrating to me how it had to start literally appearing as cancer for me to finally get diagnosed. It had to go that far for me to actually get my diagnosis. It's just insane to me. After so many years of doctors ignoring me, dismissing my concerns, this year I found out that I have endometriosis in my lymph nodes. Not many doctors have seen it. Every doctor I've been to has never seen it before, and that kind of flipped my life upside down a bit. And today I'm finally going to talk about all of it from top to bottom, how I got diagnosed, what my symptoms were, and what happens next. So come along with me as I share my story. Whew. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mindfully Aligned. You heard it, I said it. We are going to talk all about my whole endometriosis case, how strange it is, groundbreaking it is, and also what am I even going to do next. So let's take it from the top. It really started like 8 years ago when I first started developing symptoms, but it really picked up last year, this month, last October. All of a sudden, my lymph nodes were swelling up to the size of golf balls, and I'll include some pictures maybe, but it was literally like my neck was this big, my armpits were huge, and it felt like the tissues were knitted together, and I literally couldn't even move my arm up all the way without feeling like I was going to tear my arm. And I had a lot of like hormonal issues, cycle issues, bloating, pain, all like the PCOS symptoms for years. In fact, I went to my doctors before and I was like, hey, I think I have PCOS. They ignored me. And they're like, no, you don't. You're too skinny to have PCOS. Even though I was actually gaining weight, they were like, you're too skinny. It's not a problem just yet. They did blood work. Certain things were just at the borderline. So since it wasn't horrible, they dismissed it, right? Okay. After being dismissed for so long, I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I put it away in my mind. But then all of a sudden I had these random flare-ups and my energy was horrible. I had horrible fatigue. I felt sick. I had this crazy back pain, crazy joint pain, night sweats. I would literally wake up in the night and my bed was soaked sweat. In the winter, in December, I would have to sleep with my window open. I was literally on the lymphoma subreddits because I thought I had all the symptoms of lymphoma. I talked to my doctor. He put me on an antibiotic to see if it could go down. Maybe it's just an infection. I was like, no, it's something deeper. All right, that didn't work. Okay, let's wait a little bit. I said, you know what? No, I'm tired of this. Something is deeply wrong. I'm not sick. This is not just an infection. This is something deep. Let's biopsy it. January, we got it biopsied. And at this point, like I was coming to terms with the fact that I could have lymphoma because it matched up so much. And I was like, okay. When I opened the results and I saw endometriosis, I was shocked because I didn't even have that in my mind. I didn't even think this was connected to my like reproductive issues, nothing. I was genuinely shocked. And then I realized it all made sense. It all clicked in that moment. All the issues I have had this whole time that I was forcing myself to ignore because the doctors were ignoring it, it was all connected. Now, let's now go a little bit backwards to what everything was. What was going on this whole time that now it's all connected. So like I said, I had really like all the symptoms of PCOS. The bloating, it looked like I had the upper lip hair growing. My armpits turned dark, like black. So it was very clear I had insulin resistance. Sometimes, like, oh my gosh, I would have events. Like for my sorority, I would have date party, formal, even on like my college spring break trip. All of a sudden, around these big events, I would look so bloated, like 6 months pregnant. I might include a picture, I might not, I don't know. We'll see what editing Adonze decides. And I would literally cry when I would get the photos back and I'd be like, oh my God, I work out, I work hard, I eat clean. How is this happening no matter what I do? Okay, when I get my blood sugar tested, it's pre-diabetic, right? But the doctors are like, that's fine. But I'm like, how is it okay for me to be pre-diabetic if I'm living a healthy lifestyle? I run 2 miles a day, I go to the gym, I do Pilates, I eat clean, I don't eat sugar, everything. So why would someone who lives a healthy lifestyle be pre-diabetic, right? Okay. But because everything was not enough, not bad enough, doctors wrote it off. And might I add, and I've said this so many times, we know that doctors don't like to listen to women, but specifically, they do not like to listen to Black women at all. Again, Black women are more likely to die from any disease because it takes so much longer for us to get diagnosed because no one wants to listen. I am a victim of that too. I was facing that. No one was listening to me. I had cysts. Oh, that's the biggest one. I had polycystic ovaries, textbook. Basically, I would feel pain in my abdomen, in my pelvis. I have great intuition. So I went to my old OBGYN. I've switched OBGYN so many times since then. I went to my OBGYN and I said, hey, I think I might have ovarian cysts and I have a lot of the symptoms of PCOS. I'd like to get an ultrasound to check that out. She looks at me and goes, no, I don't think so. Okay, you didn't check. You just heard me say it and immediately your mind says no? What? I said, no, I insist. I've been having these pains for a while now and I need an ultrasound. Besides, I don't understand why doctors immediately like to say no to ordering imaging because I'm the one who's footing the bill anyway. I'm the one. So why is you like, okay, what's it to you? Just order the test and let's figure it out. I insist. She orders it. Lo and behold, I was right. They found cysts on my ovaries. She's like, okay, they found cysts, but like everything else looks normal. So like, let's check back in a year. I said, no, I've been dealing with this for multiple years. So let's check back sooner than that. She's like, all right, let's check back next month. Next month again, cysts again. Okay, now it's like over 20 on each ovary. That's what a PCOS ovary looks like. So I'm literally looking like that. And they're like, no, I don't think so. I don't think you have it. Okay, cool. At this time, I'm in college. I'm going to school in Drexel in Philly. So I'm like, let me go to Penn Medicine. They're really good over there. Let me ask. I go to Penn Medicine, get a second opinion. Same thing, same kind of runaround. Yeah, you have polycystic ovaries, but like, it could just be your birth control because I had Nexplanon. Oh, okay, it could just be your birth control. It could be this, it could be that, but you're just too skinny to have PCOS. So like, I don't think that could be it. And like, your blood sugar's on the borderline. It's not that bad. So like, whatever. Pushing it off. Okay, cool. So I ignore it. I leave it alone. No one wants to help me. Cool. Maybe I don't have it, but I'm still getting these symptoms, but okay. Now fast forward, endometriosis. I was having a lot of pelvic pain all the time. Mysterious pain all throughout the month. And, okay. I basically had all the symptoms of endometriosis, right? And I thought at the time it was just PCOS. So once it was revealed that it was in my lymph nodes, I was like, oh my God, I've had it this entire time. So immediately I find a new doctor to see. And this is another trouble. She was an absolute quack doctor. She was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you definitely have endometriosis. It hasn't really been found in lymph nodes before. But to be honest, since it's so far gone, it's not even worth having surgery. Because mind you, the typical treatment for endometriosis is to get excision surgery where they go in on the pelvic area or the diaphragm, wherever the endometriosis is located, and they remove it. So she was telling me, you know what, there's no point in even doing that, whatever. I'm like, okay. That sounded like kind of scary. And she's like, yeah, it's stage 4, so it moves like cancer, so there's no point in getting surgery now, it's too far gone. Okay, wow. So the only thing you can do is the Depo-Provera shot, that birth control shot, but I know that it gives people brain tumors. And I told her, I'm not comfortable taking that. My aunt has brain cancer. I don't want to take a birth control that literally gives people brain tumors. And she's like, well, that's all I can do. So just nothing. Okay. First of all, when you have a patient that has endometriosis, the first thing you want to do is order imaging. Order an MRI. If it's already spread to my lymph nodes, you want to see how far it has gone, right? But she didn't even do that. She was so quick to just offer me birth control. Offer me a birth control that literally can cause cancer. Like I said, quack doctor. But because she said there's no point in surgery, I thought, okay, I'm out of options. I guess I just have to live with this. So for months, I just didn't know what to do. And it wasn't until I went into the endometriosis subreddit and I asked, has anyone heard of endometriosis in your lymph nodes? Has anyone seen this before? I told them my story and oh my gosh, the reception rocked my world. Everyone was so kind to me, but they basically said, girl, we're in this community, but no one has heard about this before. This is strange. This is pretty crazy, and this is groundbreaking. And they said, this can change the way people see the disease because people don't take it seriously. People don't take endometriosis seriously. They think it's just like, oh, you have bad periods. Oh. No, it's basically, it moves through your body like cancer. It moved through my body like cancer. It's found in my lymph nodes. That means it is everywhere. I have poor blood circulation because I am so inflamed. I have chronic inflammation. Endometriosis basically spreads throughout the body and causes chronic inflammation wherever it lands, right? Which chronic inflammation can lead to cancer, and it basically leads to every disease. So you do not want to be inflamed. So when you have a chronic disease, that is very bad. When you have a chronic inflammatory disease, that's very bad. So basically everyone in the community was like, this is groundbreaking because it will make people realize how seriously this disease needs to be taken, how much it actually does move through your body like cancer. It made me sick. It literally gave me lymphoma symptoms. It infected my lymph nodes and acted like lymphatic cancer. So I was like, okay, wow. So I need to do something about this. Like I need to, number one, treat it, and number two, get my story out there because this will help people finally get adequate treatment. If people understand more about this disease, we will be able to treat it better. There is basically no research on endometriosis, but we're gonna get back to that later because that's gonna piss me off. I finally see some other doctor. He's better, but he says to me, look, you have stage 4. I only do stages 1 through 3. This is way out of my wheelhouse, but I'm gonna help you find someone who can handle your case. And he said to me, be careful because a lot of doctors will see a case like yours, will see your case and want to do it for clout. They will want to operate on you because it will be a part of their accolade. Like I operated on the girl with lymphatic endometriosis. That one case in the US, I operated on her. So don't do it because they'll be playing around in your body. That was the best piece of advice I got because the first surgeon I visited was one of those. He I could tell he was not taking it that seriously, was not ordering more imaging, nothing. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go with you. I finally found Dr. Carly Goldstein and she gets it. My issue with endometriosis, like I was saying, like it's an inflammatory condition, which means it causes so many issues in the body. I have chronic pain, chronic bloating, chronic puffiness because it's infected my lymphatic system, chronic fatigue. Some days I literally just cannot get out of my bed. So it's more than just, let's do surgery, remove it. Okay, but what else should we be doing for the holistic, like what's the holistic solution? What else should we be doing so that I can have a long life? Chronic inflammation biologically ages you. It ages your cells. It stresses you out. My metabolism is now compromised because my body has been in a stress state for so long. What are we doing about that? Doctors never want to talk about the lifestyle things that you should be doing. Should I be drinking certain herbs? Should I be avoiding alcohol and sugar? Should I be taking this and not that? What should I be doing? I felt so lost and just helpless. Like my body was betraying me and there was nothing I could do. I saw Dr. Carly Goldstein and she opened my eyes and gave me a light and gave me so much direction. Basically, I got to be on the anti-inflammatory lifestyle. So I no longer drink. I'm reducing my sugar, reducing my carbs, reducing my red meat. I'm in a sauna and I'm doing everything I can to reduce my inflammation. I drink herbal teas that is from Guyana, like from my mom's culture, almost every day. I'm taking turmeric every single day. I am taking all the supplements, all the things, because the inflammation can absolutely wreck your body. People have had organs shut down because of it. People have lost organs because of it. My liver was compromised because of my endometriosis. Like my body was unable to detox properly because it was so overwhelmed by the endometriosis. And who knows what else is going on because I still have not finished all the imaging we need to do. So it's been a lot, and it's a lot of unanswered questions, like how bad is it? If it's in my lymph nodes all the way in my armpit, well, where else could it be? It's been found on the heart. It's been found on the diaphragm. It's been found in the bowels, the bladder, the brain, the lungs. Okay, so if it's all the way up here already and it's in my bloodstream, it could be anywhere. So what's up next for me is getting a PET scan, and that's usually for people with cancer, but because my case is so unique and it's just spread so far, we're gonna get a PET scan to see exactly where it is before we do surgery. And I'm really looking forward to surgery because I'm so tired of feeling miserable every single day, feeling like I'm in pain every single day. My back hurts all the time. My back hurts right now. Sometimes that turns into just migraines. I will have migraines for days on end and it will literally bring me to tears. And I'm just tired of it. couple weeks ago, I was visiting my boyfriend in Atlanta, and I had one of the worst pain episodes of my life. It was the night before I was supposed to fly back to Jersey, and all of a sudden I'm laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and I have the worst, like, horrible pelvic pain. It was literally paralyzing. I could not move. It felt like my organs were free falling. Just, oh my God, I felt like someone was in my abdomen and ripping my organs out. And I literally just could not move. I couldn't move an inch without feeling like I was getting electrocuted in my stomach. It was horrible. He had to cancel my flight, and I couldn't even make the call. He had to call them himself, because I literally was like, oh my God. That's the life I live. And endometriosis patients know exactly what I'm talking about. It will just come like that. An episode right there. Why? Because I had too much sugar that weekend? That's how I have to live my life now. And it's great that I have answers, because I was dealing with a lot of this and just not knowing why. But it also sucks that it had to get this far to be noticed by doctors. It literally had to start appearing as cancer so that I could finally get diagnosed. I couldn't get diagnosed the traditional way, right? With, okay, you have bad cramps, okay, you're dealing with these symptoms, you have a hormonal imbalance, let's check for endometriosis. Never. I would have so many visits with my doctors multiple times a year, and no one ever thought, you know what, you might have endometriosis. It had to literally start mimicking cancer so that people could check on me. Cool. Which, by the way, I was talking about how I thought I had PCOS earlier. Found out I have that too. Yeah, Dr. Carly Goldstein looked at my stuff and she's like, oh my God, it's obvious. It's obvious. She did an ultrasound, and she was like, yeah, right there, that's it. That's PCOS. And anyone else who didn't want to diagnose you, they were just waiting for it to get super bad, and that is not okay. Like she said, like, these doctors want to wait until something gets out of hand to start treating me, and it's not fair. But I am grateful that I did get finally diagnosed. I'm grateful that I did push for that biopsy so I could finally get answers on something. And now I'm on the journey to treatment. Now I'm on the journey to getting my scans done, all of them, and getting surgery, and then working on healing from there. It's not a straight and narrow road though. Endometriosis is a lifelong condition, but I'm looking forward to kind of getting it under control, like, please. So yeah, this is gonna be a long episode, guys, but it's necessary. I covered a lot, but there's always something I'm gonna be missing. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will answer, and I will share anything you need to know. And yeah, it's been a tough road, but we're gonna continue forward, and we are going to, we're gonna feel better soon. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. That's what I've been going through. Sometimes I cannot upload episodes all the time just because stress causes flare-ups, and I'm just really trying to juggle it all and manage it all. But I appreciate you guys being patient with me and giving me so much love. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I will be taking you guys along with me on this journey every step of the way. So thank you so much. I love you all. I'll see you next episode. Bye.